So he is suing her, and then she is suing him.
She is countersuing for $100 million.
Wow.
Yeah. So they could both lose. One could prove to be victorious in the end. I know you're going to speak to a lawyer coming up.
Yeah,
so,
we are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do that right now. Let's bring in trial attorney Brian Claypool, who has been closely monitoring all this. Brian, good to see you. Thank you for being with us. So this is day 18 of this trial. It feels like it's been happening for a few months now. But why just now have somebody who has actually witnessed the abuse? Why did this take so long, and does that influence the jury at all?
Hey, Alex, great to be back with you. I mean, the Depp versus Heard trial is really two trials in one. The first is a trial within the court of public opinion. That gets to the tape you showed of Johnny Depp with the rose outside the courthouse and throngs of fans around him. And the second trial we have taking place is in a court of law, which is in that courtroom that you showed. And in my opinion, in a court of public opinion, Johnny Depp is winning that case. I mean, even despite the testimony today by Amber Heard's sister, let's give it a context too. She testified that she stood between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and that Johnny Depp actually hit her in the back, hit the sister in the back, and then Amber Heard hit Johnny Depp, and then that's when Johnny Depp grabs her hair and starts hitting Amber Heard. That's important because the jury could be back there deliberating, hey, is that really domestic abuse, or is that possibly self-defense for Johnny Depp? But look, at the end of the day, though, I mean, I think Depp's legal team, Alex, did an incredible job on cross-examination of Amber Heard. I think it was a day or so ago, where they had a female attorney, which was a brilliant move. I couldn't have gotten away with that. It was a female attorney looking Amber Heard in the face and saying, Miss Heard, aren't you really the abuser in this case? Miss Heard, aren't you really the monster in this case? I mean, that was compelling.
You know, it really is brutal testimony on both sides, from him initially, from her. I'm wondering your thoughts for women, though, who do find themselves in domestic violence situations. Does this have a chilling effect in coming forward?
Yeah, that's a great question, Christine, because this case is much bigger than Heard versus Depp. I mean, there's a lot of collateral damage that can flow from this. For example, if Depp wins this case, that could have a chilling effect on women wanting to come forward if they've been abused. And you know, if Heard wins, then maybe this empowers women to to come forward. So there's a lot at stake. But Christine, one thing's important here for your viewers to understand. Despite Amber Heard losing in the court of public opinion, all the surveys have Depp wide ahead in that. The fact of the matter, she only has to prove one instance of being hit by Johnny Depp. And I got to tell you that the makeup artist that testified today could be one of the most critical witnesses in this case. She said on December 16, 2015, she had to put a peach color makeup underneath both eyes of Amber to neutralize the blue and the bruising underneath her eyes. And then she identified a bruise above her nose and then a cut lip. I mean, Christine, you're back there deliberating. Do you really think that 9 out of 12 jurors are going to say, Amber Heard punched herself in the eye, she punched herself in the head, she cut her lip to frame Johnny Depp? I mean, I don't think so.
Brian, there's been extraordinary public interest in this particular case. Even online, some of our sort of streaming records have been hit by this because people are fascinated by this and just watch this for hours. Why do you think that is? Why do you think this case in particular is striking such a nerve?
Well, because all of us, including me, most of us are enamored by public figures and actors. You know, Johnny Depp is one of the most famous actors on the planet, and people across the world, Alex, are getting. It's almost like they're getting a surveillance camera into the life of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It's on full stage. Jury trials are like high stage drama. This trial is so different, Alex, because we have, remember, the audio tapes. We have the videotapes. You hardly ever get that in jury trials. So the world is seeing their personal lives play out, and people are fascinated by that.
Well, Brian Claypool, we thank you for joining us. I almost feel guilty watching it, like it's intrusive, but it is really insightful to see all, like you said, the photos and the video and the audio, and to really see for ourselves and make our own thoughts and decisions on how we feel this case should go. All right, Brian Claypool, thank you so much for your time.
You bet. Thanks for having me.